Welcome back to Stellar Eureka, where we uncover the world's most fascinating and overlooked wonders. There was a time when fruit trees filled backyards, not supermarket shelves. When families grew, harvested, and preserved their own fruit, passing down knowledge through generations. But as modern agriculture took over, many of these once beloved fruits slowly disappeared from our tables. Today, we're rediscovering 20 incredible fruits that have almost vanished from modern tables. Ever wondered what fruits your grandparents enjoyed that you've likely never even tasted? By the end of this video, you might just be inspired to bring some of these treasures back to your own garden, or at least onto your must-try list. Ever heard of a native fruit so unique it tastes like a cross between a guava and a citrus? The Maypop once grew abundantly across North American gardens, its vines sprawling gracefully over fences and trellises. Each summer, its stunning purple and white blossoms would bloom, giving way to fragrant fruits with a delicate balance of sweetness and tartness. Early settlers cherished the Maypop, transforming its juicy pulp into jams, preserves, and refreshing summer desserts. Although rarely found in supermarkets today, this overlooked treasure is gradually regaining popularity, inspiring gardeners and chefs alike with its distinctive tropical flavor and versatile culinary possibilities. As we rediscover the charm of this nearly forgotten fruit, another heirloom gem awaits, ready to surprise you with its own unique flavor. Remember when backyard fruits weren't just tasty, they were vibrant, versatile, and resilient? Meet the Nanking cherry, a forgotten fruit once prized for its dazzling clusters of bright red berries bursting with a delightful mix of sweetness and tartness. Its juicy berries were cherished in old-fashioned jams, preserves, and homemade wines, capturing a robust flavor rarely found in today's supermarket fruits. Pioneer gardeners favored the Nanking cherry bush not only for its flavorful fruit, but also for its hardy nature and adaptability to harsh conditions. Its compact, bushy form made it ideal for gardens of any size, from modest homesteads to bustling farmyards. Though commercial fruits eventually pushed it aside, today, heritage gardening enthusiasts are passionately reviving this ornamental yet edible gem. Easy to grow, beautiful to look at, and deliciously rewarding. The Nanking cherry deserves a comeback, a charming reminder of how local produce once brought flavor and beauty to everyday life. If you thought this fruit was fascinating, just wait until you experience the next rare fruit with a mysterious charm. This fruit feels like a subtle secret from the past. The chef fruit, or commonly known as the Mandarin melonberry, with a soft, creamy texture and mildly tangy sweetness reminiscent of figs and mulberries, it quietly charmed backyard gardeners of generations past. It once thrived in family orchard, prized as much for its delightful taste as for its low maintenance and hardy nature. Historically, the chef fruit was enjoyed fresh or dried, becoming an essential treat in communities where homegrown produce was cherished. Today, despite agricultural trends favoring uniform fruits, a dedicated group of heritage gardeners is ensuring that this heirloom treasure isn't forgotten. Its revival offers modern palates a rare taste of culinary history, reconnecting us to a time when fruits were appreciated for their individuality, charm, and delicious imperfections. The chef fruit carries a gentle, familiar note, but this next fruit comes with a burst of fresh, tropical energy. Say hello to the cherished Loquat, or as your grandparents might have called it, the Japanese plum. With its golden orange skin and sweet, succulent flesh, it's easy to understand why this sun-kissed fruit once flourished in family orchards across America. Loved fresh, cooked into jams, or simmered into flavorful compotes, the Loquat was a versatile treasure of warm weather gardens. Its blossoms not only perfume the air, but signal the start of a vibrant harvest season, linking taste and scent with memories of sunny afternoons. Although rarely seen on supermarket shelves nowadays, dedicated gardeners and chefs are bringing back the Loquat, reminding us why its subtle sweetness deserves a place in our kitchens once more. Leaving behind the sun-drenched taste of the Loquat fruit, our next fruit offers an ancient sweetness that has captivated palates for centuries. Next up is the Jujube, affectionately known by many as the red date or Chinese date, a fruit deeply rooted in tradition and history. With its sweet, date-like flavor and crisp texture when fresh, jujube was once a beloved staple in backyard orchards. Dried, it transforms into a chewy, sweet treat reminiscent of dates, making it a versatile ingredient cherished in kitchens for centuries. Beyond its appealing taste, jujube was historically prized for its nutritional value and medicinal properties, frequently featured in traditional herbal remedies. In ancient cultures, particularly in East Asia, it symbolized good fortune, longevity, and vitality. If jujube's rich legacy intrigued you, just wait until you discover our next fruit, a wild treasure bursting with sharp, tangy flavors as bold as its history. Next, we step into the wild side of forgotten fruits with the chokeberry, known today by its increasingly popular name, Aronia berry. With its deep, nearly black hue and powerfully tart flavor, chokeberry was traditionally a bold, wild staple for foragers and herbalists. Its intense astringency often required careful pairing with sweeter fruits or natural sweeteners, making it a challenging but rewarding culinary ingredient. Historically, chokeberries were prized not only for their unique taste, but also their impressive nutritional profile. Packed with antioxidants and medicinal compounds used to boost immunity. Although modern agriculture once overlooked its unique character, a growing interest in health-focused and sustainable foods has brought chokeberry back into the spotlight. Today, this resilient berry is experiencing a renaissance among natural food enthusiasts, praised for its nutritional potency and distinctive flavor. Rediscovering chokeberry isn't just about flavor, it's an invitation to reconnect with nature's boldest creations. If the bold intensity of the chokeberry captured your imagination, our next fruit takes us even deeper into culinary history, offering flavors enjoyed by generations past, yet nearly forgotten today. Now we arrive at the Sorb apple, also affectionately known as the service tree fruit, an heirloom fruit once prized for its distinctive flavor and culinary versatility. At first bite, its firm, apple-like flesh can seem tart or even sharply astringent, but cooking transforms it into a deliciously complex ingredient, perfect for hearty stews, rich sauces, and sweet, spiced pies. In old orchards, the Sorb apple symbolized the transition from harvest to winter, its fruit becoming sweeter and more flavorful as it matured and mellowed after picking. Its durability made it invaluable for preserving, bridging the gap between seasons when fresh produce was scarce. Although now rarely found, heritage enthusiasts are quietly reviving the Sorb apple, reintroducing modern kitchens to a forgotten taste of seasonal abundance. With each rediscovery, the Sorb apple offers us a flavorful glimpse into the past, a reminder of a time when fruits told stories and every harvest was a celebration. As quietly resilient as the Sorb apple may be, our next fruit is equally bold, carrying the untamed spirit of those who once relied on its wild abundance. Carrying the spirit of the wild frontier is the buffalo berry, also known as the silver buffalo berry, a fruit that once nourished indigenous peoples and early settlers with its unique blend of sweet, tart flavor. Growing abundantly in prairies and open woodlands, these small but vibrant berries symbolized natural bounty, providing both essential nutrients and medicinal benefits. Rich in vitamins and powerful antioxidants, buffalo berries were traditionally enjoyed fresh or transformed into robust jams, flavorful syrups, and healthy remedies that helped sustain communities through harsh seasons. As standardized agricultural grew dominant, this humble yet powerful berry faded from mainstream attention. Rediscovering the buffalo berry reconnects us to traditional food practices, offering a vibrant taste of nature's unrefined treasures and a deeper appreciation for the resilience of our culinary past. Our next fruit awaits, equally rugged, thriving boldly in conditions few fruits can handle. From gentle elegance, we venture into the rugged terrain with the sand plum, also known as the Chickasaw plum. Thriving in sandy, sun-baked soils where most fruits wouldn't dare to grow, the sand plum offers a distinctly tart, invigorating flavor. Historically, it was more than just a wild treat. It was a critical part of survival diets, transformed into bright preserves, refreshing jellies, or even used to add a tangy twist to savory dishes. Generations of rural communities relied on this small fruit for sustenance, passing down harvesting and culinary traditions. Though modern agriculture turned toward easier fruits, the sand plum is experiencing a revival among local food enthusiasts and heritage growers, rediscovering its robust character and appreciating its rugged beauty. Each rediscovered bite carries the spirit of resilience, a flavorful celebration of nature's determination. From the rugged charm of the sand plum, we now move toward a fruit steeped in centuries of tradition and revered for its remarkable healing qualities. Remember those luscious homemade jams and syrups your grandparents swore could ward off winter colds? Chances are they were made with elderberries, a fruit long celebrated not just for its robust, tart-sweet flavor, but also for its powerful health-boosting properties. Historically, elderberries were transformed into warming syrups, rich wines, and vibrant preserves that captured the very essence of autumn's harvest. Elderberry bushes once flourished along hedgerows and in family gardens, their abundant dark berries symbolizing nature's generosity and healing potential. Although modern agriculture pushed them aside for more uniform crops, elderberries never vanished entirely. Today, a renewed interest in natural remedies and heritage cuisine is bringing them back into focus, reconnecting us to ancient traditions and the timeless flavors of the wild. From elderberries' comforting nostalgia, our next fruit shifts to something equally special. This time, a southern gem whose brief harvest window adds to its mystique and charm. Picture a fruit so elusive it appears only briefly each year, creating anticipation with every harvest. This is the mayhaw, a delicate, tart fruit native to the swampy woodlands and wetlands of the American South. Once treasured for its vibrant, ruby-colored berries, families traditionally gathered in marshes and bayous each spring, collecting the small fruits at dawn to create tangy jellies, preserves. The mayhaw's fleeting availability only enhanced its charm, as communities celebrated its arrival as a flavorful sign of seasonal abundance. Though rarely seen today due to the shift toward commercially predictable fruits, the mayhaw's revival among heritage growers and local food and gathering and savoring nature's ephemeral treasures. After the brief, vibrant charm of the mayhaw, our journey continues with another small fruit whose taste and versatility once brightened recipes in kitchens around the world. Have you ever tasted those tiny, jewel-like berries known as currants? Once an essential ingredient in old European kitchens, currants, whether red, black, or white, provided an irresistible, tangy sweet burst of flavor to jams, pies, and savory sauces alike. Their intense taste and high nutritional value made them a cherished ingredient in traditional recipes and natural remedies, particularly prized for their ability to boost health during cold winter months. Currants thrived abundantly in backyard gardens and hedgerows, bringing both flavor and color to homemade preserves, baked goods, and even savory dishes. Despite largely disappearing from commercial production in favor of more uniform fruits, currants are once again catching the eye of artisanal chefs and heritage gardeners, eager to celebrate their unique taste and nutritional potency. Today, rediscovering currants is like visiting old-world traditions, where even the smallest fruit carried big culinary possibilities. Now, let's explore another fascinating forgotten fruit, one that brings rustic charm and a delightfully tart twist to the orchard. Remember those tart, vibrant fruits you'd pick straight from an old homestead orchard? Small apples that made your mouth pucker, but your taste buds dance? Those were crab apples, once a staple in American backyards, thriving in wild hedgerows and family farms. With their sharp tang and natural pectin, they were the go-to fruit for homemade ciders, preserves, and sauces, each batch capturing the essence of crisp autumn afternoons. For generations, the American crabapple wasn't just a fruit. It was a symbol of self-sufficiency, transforming simple harvests into rich flavors. Though modern orchards favor sweeter, more uniform apples, heritage gardeners and chefs are reviving this lost treasure. From the bright tartness of crabapple, we move toward a fruit whose sweetness evokes warm summer memories, ripe with a lush, rich flavor that has stood the test of time. Imagine picking ripe, juicy berries straight from branches drooping under their weight, each bite bursting with a sweet, jammy flavor subtly balanced by a hint of tartness. This is the mulberry, a fruit cherished for centuries in backyards and rural landscapes. Once a common sight planted near homes and along country roads, mulberries brought communities together during abundant harvests, transforming freshly picked berries into pies, jams, or simply enjoyed fresh under the warmth of the summer sun. Mulberries, with their lush sweetness and slight tang, were more than just a delicious treat. They symbolized abundance and nourishment, feeding both humans and even silkworms in historical silk production. After savoring the sweet nostalgia of mulberry, we turn next to a fruit whose honeyed flavor was once a symbol of autumn's arrival. Deliciously ancient, yet surprisingly unknown today. If autumn had an official flavor, it might just belong to the persimmon, also lovingly known as the sugar plum. Do not confuse it with its ancient cousin, a more commonly found variety in stores. With a luxuriously soft texture and honey-sweet flesh, this fruit was eagerly awaited by families as a sign that autumn had fully arrived. Historically, its arrival signaled the start of festive baking, transforming kitchens with fragrant puddings, preserves, and desserts that brought warmth to crisp fall days. The persimmon's intriguing balance of sweetness and subtle astringency inspired generations of cooks, making it a treasured ingredient in both sweet and savory dishes. Although eclipsed by modern uniform produce, the persimmon endures as a symbol of seasonal nostalgia, cherished by heritage growers and culinary enthusiasts alike. Reconnecting with this flavorful gem means embracing the simple, comforting pleasures of autumn's past, a taste that invites us to slow down and savor nature's timeless generosity. Leaving behind persimmon's honeyed sweetness, we encounter a fruit whose vibrant tang once defined traditional kitchens, yet remains overlooked by today's tables. If you've ever enjoyed a homemade pie or jam that offered a uniquely tangy twist, you've likely tasted the charm of the gooseberry. Once a cherished staple in traditional gardens and home orchards, this small, tart berry added its vibrant flavor to countless pies, jellies, and chutneys. Cultivated carefully by generations past, gooseberries were valued for their perfect balance between refreshing tartness and subtle sweetness. Harvesting gooseberries was often a family event, each berry celebrated as a small, precious gift from nature. Luckily, more and more chefs are rediscovering gooseberries' rich culinary potential, reviving its place as an essential ingredient in traditional American recipes. From gooseberries' vibrant tang, we move on to an unusual fruit, one whose plain appearance conceals an intriguing hidden story. Imagine a fruit so revered in medieval Europe that it was featured in royal feasts, yet so unusual that it had to be left to soften before it could be enjoyed. This is the medlar, a relic of old-world orchards with an ancient, almost mystical charm. When allowed to blet and fully ripen, its firm, inedible flesh transforms into a delicate, almost custard-like treat with a flavor reminiscent of sliced apples and dates. For centuries, medlars were carefully cultivated and celebrated as a winter delicacy, enjoyed raw after their unique ripening process, or turned into rich jams, jellies, and warming desserts. Their presence in pantries was a sign of patience and tradition, a reminder of a time when fruit was carefully stored and savored through the colder months. As the medlar's old-world sweetness lingers, we shift to a fruit that perfectly captures the essence of early summer, one that was once a staple of meadows and hedgerows but is now rarely seen on modern tables. As the warmth of early summer arrives, there's one forgotten fruit perfectly capturing the spirit of the season, fittingly named the Juneberry. Known by some as surface berry or Saskatoon berry, this sweet, juicy berry was once eagerly awaited as summer's first delicious offering. With its soft jam-like flavor, the Juneberry was a treasured ingredient in pies, preserves, and even fresh-picked handfuls eaten straight from the sunlit hedgerows. Historically, families gathered these berries during early summer mornings, creating vibrant dishes that embodied the carefree spirit of the season. Packed with antioxidants and vitamins, the Juneberry was not only delicious but also deeply nourishing, a key part of traditional remedies and culinary practices alike. From the joyful sweetness of Juneberries, we turn next to a fruit that once graced royal tables, quietly enchanting palates with its subtle yet intriguing flavor. Imagine stepping into an orchard filled with the sweet fragrance of ripe fruit, a perfume that signals autumn's peak. You're envisioning the quince, an heirloom treasure once regarded as the golden jewel of old-world orchards. With firm, radiant fruits that balance tartness and floral sweetness, quince was a centerpiece of medieval cuisine, carefully cooked into aromatic jams, jellies, and even savory dishes that celebrated its complex flavor. Beyond the kitchen, quince symbolized prosperity and abundance, its golden fruit adorning banquet tables across Europe as edible decorations and culinary delights. Unfortunately, quince has been eclipsed with more convenient modern fruits, despite its nuanced flavor and historical charm. Rediscovering quince is a delicious journey back in time, inviting us to savor a fruit that once turned every autumnal meal into an elegant celebration. And finally, we arrive at our last forgotten marvel, a fruit whose creamy texture and tropical sweetness once captivated American palates, waiting patiently to reclaim its crown. At the very top of our list stands a fruit once considered America's best-kept secret, the pawpaw, affectionately known in some places as the American custard apple, Kentucky banana, or poor man's banana. Imagine a fruit right from your backyard orchard tasting like a tropical escape, creamy and custard-like, with sweet notes reminiscent of banana, mango, and melon. For Native Americans and early settlers alike, pawpaw was more than just a delightful snack. It was a nourishing seasonal delicacy enjoyed fresh or incorporated into desserts, ice creams, and even baked goods. Historically, each pawpaw harvest was eagerly anticipated, its arrival signaling a brief but cherished moment of culinary abundance. Despite fading from commercial popularity, the pawpaw is experiencing a vibrant renaissance among heritage gardeners and chefs dedicated to reclaiming its rightful place on our tables. Rediscovering the pawpaw means reconnecting with a simpler, sweeter time, a flavorful reminder that nature's best treasures are often those closest to home. From the delightfully tart buffalo berry to the creamy sweetness of the pawpaw, these 20 forgotten fruits remind us of nature's incredible diversity, and perhaps just how much we've overlooked. Which fruit surprised you the most, and are there any you'd love to see make a comeback in your kitchen or garden? Tell us your favorites in the comments below. If this journey through nostalgic flavors inspired you, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might appreciate the delicious treasures of our past. Keep your garden as vibrant as your curiosity. There's always another natural wonder waiting to be rediscovered. This is Stellar Eureka, signing off.